Hey everybody, today we've got the best case scenario for Joe Biden in the 2024 election. I last took a look at this last August, so it's time for an update. And this is just the head-to-head with Trump. Later on in the election season, if Kennedy or other third parties attain ballot access, then we'll throw them into the mix. So this is just the best reasonable case scenario. This is not going to be crazy where Trump goes to jail and Biden cures cancer. This is just assuming the polling turns around a little bit for Biden, the economy picks up, and Trump ends up declining once he's back in the spotlight. So on average, I would say this overall gives Biden about a 5-point boost. So some of these margins are borderline. You might have a different rating. But let's get started with the safe states. These are going to be over a 10-point margin. For Biden, he's going to get the usual states of Hawaii, the West Coast. He's also going to get Colorado and New Mexico. In this matchup, I think Minnesota would just hit about 10, so that's also going to go safe. We can also give him Illinois. Then in the Northeast, we could go to Maine. At large, the polling does not look good for Biden right now. This assumes that many of those Democrats are just withholding their support for Biden. He did win the state by over 10 last time, so we'll adjust in the future. But for right now, this is also going to go safe in the best reasonable case scenario. He's also going to get the 1st congressional district, and then Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. Those are all states he easily won last time. And one last state we're going to throw to Biden is going to be Virginia. He did clear 10 last time. I think it's just reasonable enough to think that he could barely hit 10 again. Now we'll put the safe states in for Trump. He's going to get Idaho. He's still going to get Utah, Montana, and Wyoming. In Utah and Montana, those do get much closer, down to low double digits. But without third parties and being too unreasonable, I think they would still stay over 10. We've also got North and South Dakota, Nebraska at large. That's another one that gets close to being under 10. Same in that 1st congressional district as well. That is borderline likely safe. We've also got Oklahoma and Missouri. That is borderline likely safe. Plus Arkansas, Louisiana, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and West Virginia, all still safe for Trump. Now let's do the likely states for Biden. These are between a 5 and a 10-point margin. Well, we've only got one state. That's going to be New Hampshire. This is high single digits, probably 9 to 10 points, but I think there's just enough there to keep it at likely. And we can also give Biden one more electoral vote in Nebraska's 2nd congressional district. This district did get a little bit redder after redistricting, but Biden did win it very easily last time. Now the likely states for Donald Trump. We're going to start in Alaska. They've got ranked choice voting. Trump is not the strongest candidate for this state, so in this matchup, it is going to get under 10, but still go likely for Trump. Next, we've got Kansas. That is borderline, but this time it does just get down under 10 and go likely for Trump. Same in South Carolina. This was low double digits for Trump last time. In a great night for Biden, I think he would get it just under 10. And finally for Trump, he's going to get Maine's 2nd congressional district. Now we've got the more competitive states. The lean margins for Biden are going to be under 5 points, and we're going to give him Nevada, Arizona. Then we can go into the Rust Belt. And right now Trump is leading in the vast majority of these polls. It's really tough to say what's going to happen in another 6 or 7 months. Given his position right now, I can't quite put any of them at likely, but he is going to get all of them by lean margins. And if we go down to the Peach State, he is also going to get Georgia by a lean margin. Now the lean states for Trump, we've got Iowa. I don't think this would really be that competitive. This is a lot closer to likely than it is to tilt, but if most things lined up for Biden, I could see this maybe getting down to about 4 to 5 points. It's going to be the same thing in Ohio. This state is not Biden's friend. He does not win the state, but if he has a great night, maybe it gets down to about 4.5. Last, we've got the tilt margins. These are going to be 1 point or less. Let's look at North Carolina. Since Obama did narrowly win the state in 2008, Democrats have come up short in most of the statewide races. The polling does not look great here for Biden, but if he's going to have a great night, it is going to flip. He's going to pick it up. It's probably right at about 1 point. You might think this goes 2 to 3 for Biden. That's possible. And I know some people are going to say that even on a great night for Biden, he can't flip it. I don't think that's true either. Either way, in this scenario, Biden's going to get it. Last, we've got Texas and Florida. Both those are going to go tilt for Trump. Texas has trended toward the left. Florida has trended toward the right. These are tough calls. I can't say if everything worked out for Biden, there's no chance he could flip either of these. But within reason, I think they would be very competitive, but they would still just not quite flip. So that's the map, and that comes out to 319 for Joe Biden, 219 for Donald Trump. So obviously, in a best case scenario for Biden, he's going to win the election. There are several states with margins that are borderline between lean and likely and safe. So I try to consider trends. I try to consider the last election and current polling. It is subject to change. I don't want to get too crazy, but I know some people are going to have some different takes. I'm also going to take a look at the best case scenario for Trump, but this is how I think it would look if everything lined up for Biden as of March. So let me know in the comments, how does your map look in this scenario? Do you have Texas flipping for Biden? Does he get North Carolina by 3 or 4 points? Maybe you have Pennsylvania going likely, or you take Montana or Utah down under 10. There's room for discussion, so let me know down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.